It's like having a cannoli for breakfast. That doesn't sound good. I don't know what does. Welcome back to the hub that contains all my YouTube videos, and welcome back inside where I cook all my food. Little casual hoodie and hat day today. We're going to be taking a look at another original recipe. We're going to be doing cinnamon cream cheese roll-ups. I know, obsessed with the roll-ups a little bit lately. It's okay, they're good, so we're going to keep going with it. Plus, this recipe is awesome. So let's get things started by taking a look at the ingredients. Here we go. Cinnamon raisin bread. You can use regular bread, but this is so much better. Vanilla casein protein powder. Ground cinnamon. Low-fat or non-fat cream cheese, Splenda, egg whites, unsweetened almond milk, and vanilla extract. Okay, so for the first step in making our roll-ups, we have to prepare the bread, which is going to require us Okay, so for the first step that we have to do here, we have to prepare the bread to be rolled up. So we have our regular bread here. What we're going to do is flatten it out. Now, of course, you can use a rolling pin. I prefer to use my hands because, you know what? It's just more fun. Start flattening out your first piece of bread, pressing down on the crust, and then you go to the center and you press out. You get a little messier with the cinnamon raisin bread because obviously those raisins in there are providing a little bit of moisture. But nonetheless, just keep going around, flattening it out, pressing out from the center. I know we can cut the crust off, it'll be a lot easier, but I want the crust on there, so we're gonna leave it. Once you work it for about 20 to 30 seconds, you'll find that it's starting to flatten out nicely. Especially as you compare it to the other one, you can see it's a little bit flatter there, especially if you feel it in the center. So that one's done. On to our next one, we're gonna do the same thing. Here we go, and the crust obviously makes it a little bit of a messier process, but here we got our two pieces of bread flattened out and ready to go. Ready to be rolled up, but we need something to roll into them, so now let's move on to the filling. So next we're gonna measure out 28 grams of our non-fat or low-fat cream cheese. Boom, 28 grams on the money, and of course a little dirty. And next up for the filling, we need 5 grams of our vanilla-based protein powder. 5 grams on the money. And for a little added sweetness, we're gonna put in 2 packets of Splenda. Then what you need to do is add just a touch of almond milk, unsweetened of course, to help this all mix up. You wanna add in 22 grams of the almond milk and then start stirring it up. Keep stirring it up until you get this kind of consistency here where it's like a cannoli kind of filling here, ready to go on to our bread, which is conveniently our next step. We're gonna split this up and divide it between the 2 slices of bread. Scoop about half out, put it right in the center of each piece of bread. Using a solid tip from the comment section, a spatula is gonna allow you to get all that anabolic goodness out of that bowl. We don't wanna miss any of it. Thank you for that. With our excess on the spatula, we're going to use this to just spread it around. After you have the filling on both pieces of bread, the next thing you want to do is sprinkle on some cinnamon, as much as you'd like to taste. So everyone's been showing the channel a lot of love lately, so I want to give back to you guys. So if you smash the like button, if you're subscribed to my channel, and if you have tagged me on Instagram that I will link down below in the description, if you tag me on Instagram of one of the recipes that I've made on the channel, I am going to enter you into a free giveaway that I'm going to pick at random for you to receive a free tub of Final Boss Performance Whey Cinnamon Toast Swirl. Not sponsored by this at all, just YouTubers supporting other YouTubers. All right, let's do it. Remember, smash the like button, subscribe, tag me on Instagram, one of the recipes I made. That's it. Okay, back to the video. And of course, the next step in the roll-up process is to roll them up. Start at one end, make a very small fold, and then just continue to roll all the way to the top. Give it a little press down, slide that one forward, grab roll number 2, and do the same thing. Small fold to start. Hands do get a little messy. roll it to the top, and voila, you have your 2 roll-ups. Now I know, not using the crust, prettier presentation, but we're not going for pretty, we're going for anabolic. All right, next step, let's make the French toast base. Here we go. First ingredient in our French toast base is going to be 138 grams of egg whites. Man, we went a little over. Take some out, put some in. 138 on the money. Okay, we also need 2 more packets here of our 0-calorie sweetener, of course, Splenda here. Then it's 2 grams of the vanilla extract. 2 grams on the money. And the last ingredient for the French toast base is our 2 grams of ground cinnamon. 2 grams on the money. Then what you're gonna do is take your whisk and whisk it up. And you know you're done when all the cinnamon is wet. Okay, and so it's not a mad dash once we get these things start cooking. We're gonna do the topping before we move on to the next step. So first step for the topping, you're gonna use the bowl that you made the original filling with, and you're going to add in 15 grams more of our casein protein powder, or whatever vanilla-based protein powder that you have. We're gonna make a little bit of a topping frosting kind of thing. All right, let's do it. 15 grams on the money. And with our trusty water, we're gonna mix this together, a little bit at a time only. You don't want it to be too soupy. And that's the consistency you want it to be. You still want it to be pretty thick. You don't want it to be soupy, so the thicker the better. Have our food scale again here. And just when you thought we've gone overkill with the 0-calorie sweetener, well, not quite yet. We got more to do. We're gonna use 2 more packets of our Splenda and 1 more gram of our ground cinnamon. 1 gram on the money. And I know it's not a lot, but we still need to sift. Whatever, let's just mix it. All right, and there's our very simple dry topping that's gonna go on next. So the next step is to put in our roll-ups into the French toast mixture. What you wanna make sure you do first though is get your pan going at a low medium heat so that by the time these are fully submerged, you can put them right on the pan. So I have that going right now. Pan's heating up. What we're gonna do now is start putting these into the mixture and letting them fully absorb, and then they're gonna have to immediately go from here onto the pan. All right, let's do it. Take your roll-up, put it in, roll it around in the mixture, let it absorb fully, then roll it to the top. Take your next one, roll it in a little bit, let that anabolic goodness start to absorb. Kind of move it, swish it around a little bit. And then before they're at that point where they're gonna fall apart, they gotta go on the pan. So here we go. So it seems I may have forgot to hit record there when I put these on initially, but I took them right out of the bowl, put them onto the pan, and then I rolled up the excess egg white that I dumped over the center, and I've kind of rolled that on top of the roll-ups here as I'm moving them around until they fully cook. So these are just about done here. We're gonna give it a couple more minutes, maybe roll them a little bit more on each part, and then we'll be good to go for our taste test. After the topping goes on, of course. Okay, now it's time to put our frosting topping onto our cooked roll-ups here. Here we go. Okay, and after your frosting's on, the last part is to put on our sugar cinnamon mix, or our Splenda cinnamon mix, but it's gonna taste like sugar. Voila. Cinnamon cream cheese roll-ups done. Let's go taste them. All right, so we're back here at our taste. All right, so we're back here at our taste testing table. Taste testing table, hard to say that. So we have our roll-ups already done. We put the topping on. They smell incredible. Can't wait to have them again. I've had them already. They're delicious, but you know, you guys, first time to see them. All right, so let's get right into it. Got our trusty fork that we're gonna use, and taking our first bite. Here we go. Cut off a chunk here. Oh my goodness, so creamy with that cream cheese and whey topping on there. Actually, that casein topping on there. All right, here we go. That's what we got. whole bunch of cinnamon goodness on there and that cream filling. Let's give it a go. Ready? Here we go. Taste test. Commence. Burst of flavors. You definitely taste the cream cheese and the way the casein protein powder combines with that, with obviously the sweetener that we have in there. You get it all at once. It is a sweetness, deliciousness, scrumptious, wonderful textured, so good. If you like cinnamon anything, if you like cinnamon toast crunch, if you like cinnamon buns, this is something that's going to very much follow that suit. So Cinnabon, Cinnabon taste test number 2, here we go. It feels like you're eating a dessert, right? Which somebody said that's what a roll-up is, but man, the amount of protein that you get in this, you could probably actually, again, double this up. And it would probably be closer to a normal breakfast that I would have if we were gonna do like anabolic French toast, just the regular kind. But this is just taking it to a whole different level with sweetness and cinnamon, such goodness in here. It's almost like having a cannoli for breakfast. That's right, let's try it again. Yeah, there's so much filling in there. It's very, very sweet. Like I said, those bursts of flavors come through in each bite. It's that good that you'd think that you might be having some cannoli filling wrapped up in your French toast. If that doesn't sound good, I don't know what does. I mean, this might take over the Nutella roll-up as the new favorite right here. It's that good. This is a winner. It's the real deal for sure. It's like if you've ever been at a mall and you've gone to one of those cinnamon pretzel places, you try one of those. It has that kind of flavor to it. Obviously, the texture's a little bit different. It's not quite as hard as like a pretzel would be, but the flavor's the same. The topping, the cinnamon, the Splenda comes through. It tastes just like that. Perfect amount of sweetness, well balanced. And I'm already on to roll up number 2. Let's try this one. Make sure it tastes the same. Again, for, test tasting sake. Try the second one. Here we go. Did it come out as good? I'll tell you. Sure did. Winner on the other one too. All right, guys. I'll flash up the macros here so you can see what's in it. I'd love for you to try it. Let me know what you think. If you like cinnamon anything, like I said, this is gonna be for you. And man, that filling is just delectable. You gotta try it. If you do, let me know in the comment section below. How'd it go? How'd it turn out for you? What did you think? Is it like a cinnamon bun? Tell me. Coffee roll maybe? Let's talk about it in the comment section below. Looking forward to hearing from you. All right, that's gonna be it for me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.